I guess I'm live. Welcome to Collecting Chaos, comic toys and chat and chill and whatever. My guests aren't here yet. I'm not surprised. It's one of those days. Hi, Mama Wolf. Glad you could make it. Rampage Reseller. Always glad to see you. I'm going to wait a few minutes before anybody else or to see who else comes on. And yeah, Patrick will be here before too long. He slept a little late. But that's okay. I don't mind. I had some things I was going to show tonight, and I forgot to dig them out, so that didn't happen. But, you never know. I'm liable to get most anybody here. Hey, John, how you doing? Did you get your John? Did you get your package yet? I noticed that Cajun Roots reseller Johnny, he got his yesterday, and you're a lot closer. So yeah, you probably got it the day after I sent it. Actually, I think you had two packages, if I remember right. I've got more Mylars on order. I don't know when they'll come in. Just a small order. I only ordered 1,000. Yep, everybody's going to be late. Well, I'll go ahead and show you these three things here. These, I don't know if you watched my Tuesday show, my Tuesday Treasures show, which is a new one, but I had 3 comics on there. I had this one. I had this one. How you doing, Warcraft? And I had this one. And before I close the show tonight, I'm going to show you which one is going to be my cover of the week. So that ought to be interesting. Well, look who woke up.
I was just typing that in the chat. Hold on here.
How are you doing, Patrick?
I'm awake.
That's a little bit of Loot Raiders auction, and and they said, "Oh, I got to be careful now. I got to be careful how I end my comics, or chaos will get on me." And no, I would never get on either one of the two of you because I have to deal with Patrick Murphy. Oh yeah, and Horizon Picks. She's great. I like Loot Raider.
Yeah, I like Loot Raider. She's fun. But yeah, no, I'm awake and I made coffee. So
does it get any better?
That's really the hang up. That when I sent you the message like, "Hey, I'll be along shortly. I got to make coffee." That's what I was doing. It's like I literally put the phone down and made coffee.
Yeah. The two goals in life every day: waking up, making coffee. After that, it's all downhill.
Well, like we were talking about on my show last night, I looked at my cup and I'm like, do I have enough to at least start a show and make it and go hop on? And I looked at that and they're like, there wasn't even like a quarter of an Oreo left in the cup. So I'm like, I better make a pot.
I know it's time to make coffee when I get down to the bottom and I see mostly grounds. So that's when it's time to make your coffee. But yeah, it's been an interesting day.
Oh, yeah? What's going on?
Well, I have a package I got to send out tomorrow. Notice it has a international crap on it. It's going to South Africa.
Yeah, you were talking a little bit about that. What
Yeah.
so what happened there? And I'm kind of
Uh,
confused.
I don't remember putting it for international selling.
Okay.
It's the little Star Trek thing or Star Wars thing with the little, looks like a book, but it has the figures in it. And the guy got it for minimum bid. And then, of course, eBay undercharged him shipping and then turned around and because they charged him like $12 shipping and then
Right.
told me it would be $14.49.
No, I would send them an email.
Well, I just went ahead and paid the $14.49.
Well, I mean, go ahead and send the product out, but I would still
Yeah.
contact them. Because I've been in a similar situation where they undercharge. Like I actually put a handling fee on a particular item, just to kind of test the waters and see what it was about. And they charged the customer less than what I paid.
Yeah, they do.
But it was like, for me, it was only a matter of a couple of dollars. So it's like, okay, do I really want to go down this rabbit hole for a couple of dollars? I'll just know not to do that going forward. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I mean, it was something international, especially if you didn't click the box to sell international.
I don't think I did, but then when I went back and I looked at it, it said international. So I must have accidentally clicked it.
So now when you do international, do you use their wait, okay. So you've got, yeah, I seen your label. It's an actual international label. My recommendation, and again, please don't take anything I say as like, you know, like the word of God or Johnny or anything like that.
It's the word of Patrick. It's worth what we're paying for it.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, nothing.
Yeah. I use the global GPS or the global program. And I know it's more expensive for the person on the other end. However, why I do that is because A, I can ship pretty well anywhere in the world, and B, once I print the label, it goes to a place. For me, since I'm in Kentucky, it goes to the drop box here in Kentucky, in Erlanger, Kentucky, which was actually right down the street where I used to live. But what?
Well, you see, now I had put down. I think that's what I had put down was for their global.
Okay.
But they're saying no. You got to pay the $14.49 to ship directly.
That doesn't sound right.
So I just went through pirate ship. I'm just going to send it to him.
Right.
And you know, if he says, well, no, that's not what I ordered. That's not what I wanted. I'm going to tell him ship it back. You're going to pay for the shipping now.
Right. I mean, because my understanding, what I've been told by listening to people in the reselling community is if you use their global shipping program, once it's dropped off at the post office, it's out of your hands. So as long as the item isn't say like if you listed
no, they were charging me for first class shipping.
Yeah.
And there was nothing about global.
Huh.
So I'm just not going to even list that anymore. I'm just going to do it myself. I'm going to figure out the shipping on the item before I list it. And that's what I'm going to charge them for shipping. It's going to be a flat fee.
Gotcha.
Well, it'll depend on the country, but you know, I'll find the most expensive country and send it there.
Well, I mean, honestly, like there was ones that like, okay, so like, and I don't know if this is lifted or not, but it's like Australia.
Yeah.
Okay. You couldn't send packages to Australia. And I had somebody who sent me an offer on an item and their address was Australia. And I'm like, no. But what I did is I went back and I changed it to the global shipping. I took off because I had 3 places that I would ship to because I knew that there was tracking provided for those 3 countries, door-to-door tracking. So I went back and I unclicked that and I just did a blanket with the global. And I think I sent him a message saying, hey, I changed it to this, you know, due to whatever. It's like, if you still want it, there it is. He went ahead and got it. And I mean, I haven't heard anything. This was a few weeks ago. But again, once I've now taken it to the post office, if it gets held up, if it gets damaged, what have you, then that's on them. that I wouldn't pay that. I think the only thing that, like, way that I understand it is, like, once you drop it off at the post office, something goes wrong, it's now an eBay. eBay takes care of the back end stuff of that. Not 100% sure. Don't take my word for it. I think the only, like, thing is, like, say if you list an action figure and you send a comic, well, now that's totally different. You know what I mean? But
I don't know. I'm gonna have to look up, figure all of that stuff out, and be more careful. And in the meantime, I'm just not going to list anything for sales overseas.
yeah. Let's see here. Seen Dawn pop in the chat. 2 hip chicks. Appreciate you guys. Stop.
Yeah. Well, now the post office did increase the media mail rate, and then they did a temporary increase on the media mail rate as well. But it'll go back to the earlier. So they changed it, I think, in August, and then they changed it again at the beginning of October. And it's going to go back to what they changed it to in August at the end of December. So.
Yeah, but then they'll go back for like a week and then say that they're going to do a rate increase and go back to the numbers that we're paying now. That's how they did it last year.
Yeah. Well, now the UPS doesn't deliver to Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico is part of the U.S.
Yeah. Well, I know USPS delivers to Puerto Rico because back when I was selling screens, I had a few packages go there and a few phone parts go there. And
I send stuff to Puerto Rico all the time.
Yeah. Now, I don't know about UPS. That's completely.
I've never tried UPS, but
right, because he did put in the chat UPS.
I mean, you'd think that UPS would deliver to Puerto Rico.
I don't know.
Now, you're supposed to fill out the customs forms for Puerto Rico, but 9 times out of 10, it doesn't apply. But you still are supposed to fill it out on any U.S. territory, which is what Puerto Rico is. It's a territory. So any U.S. territory, you're supposed to fill out the paperwork, and then the post office goes, "Oh no, that doesn't apply," and then it doesn't get printed out. You still have to fill it out. Yeah, because Felix is in Puerto Rico. I send comics to him all the time. Well, I haven't sent it to him for a while. But yeah.
Gotcha. Let's see here.
Well, I already showed the 3 comics, and I'll show them again at the end when I tell everybody what my pick of the week is. And of course, I'll let everybody know what the pick of the week of the popular pick of the week is.
Well, I think we all know the popular pick of the week.
Yeah. Yes. Very little doubt on that.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so it's been an interesting day. It didn't rain, but it's a little chilly here.
I seen you were on Johnny's this morning too.
Yeah, I did. I popped into Johnny's, but as soon as he I was starving, so as soon as he closed it off, I jumped off.
Right.
I didn't even say bye or anything. I just closed it. And
yeah,
I mean,
Johnny,
I shouldn't have done that, but
he had to get to. I remember he said that he had something to do, so he wasn't going to stick around long. So that's why I didn't pop in, because I did catch the last half hour of it. I was trying to get some stuff together, but yeah, no.
Yeah, I got a couple of stacks of comics to put on here for Saturday, or not for Saturday, for Friday. Friday, Saturday, it goes into both.
So Gary there, he's asking me how the Groot. So I didn't catch this, but Gary got me to do this on the live card shop. Would be if Card Shop is tuned in, I don't know. So I had a baby Yoda and a baby Groot mouse pad, and
Yeah.
Rampage comes in, and he's interested in everything, and he gets me to he asked me the measurements on the mouse pad, which to me was a legitimate question. Then after the fact, he's like, "You do realize I just got you to measure your Groot on a live?" And I'm like, "Oh, you got me, you got me." So
Yeah, I'm thinking I want that other World of Warcraft mouse pad if you still have it.
oh, this one,
Yeah. Yeah.
that can be arranged.
Yeah, you got a small stack of stuff for me anyway. So
I do, and I think after we'll have to talk post show because I had an accidental sourcing day.
oh,
Yeah.
hi Dawn.
Yeah, so the two hip chicks, they are doing a little road trip tomorrow.
I got on their show late, but I did show up. Like the last 5 minutes, but I did show up and I did comment.
Warcraft. Warcraft,
Yeah.
Ohio. Warcraft. Woot.
Well, I'm not playing World of Warcraft anymore. Well, once in a while I'll get the bug and I'll go in and I'll create a new character, take it to level 20, and then I'll log off. Delete the character, but yeah, because they did the level squish and they made it too easy to get to max. They made it easy for everybody to get to where they can play the end game.
Right.
Well, I don't care about the end game. I like playing the middle game. I like to do the quests and level up the character and do all of that other stuff. But now there's no incentive to do all that stuff,
I'll tell you what, let me go grab something. Because I'll go ahead and premiere him on your show because I think he's going to become a fixture of the Friday night auction. And I blame Horizon, but I'll be right back.
Uh-oh. This could get scary, people. Maybe we should all hide or just, yeah, do this.
Why did I even bother? I keep forgetting. I've got this
I
wireless headset.
I don't know what you're doing.
And he was still, and the only time I really take it off now is when I go to the bathroom. So.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay, so this guy here.
That is too cool.
So we haven't found a name for him yet. I bring him home and I wash him down with alcohol swabs, right? And basically I had to get home, clean him, and then start on dinner.
I would have used Dawn dish soap, but okay.
Well, I already had the alcohol things ready, so. But so interesting story about this guy. I've got to stop buying props for my desk is he can't fit on the desk because it's like there's the jaw definer, there's the He-Man card, there's Father, there's things under my desk. It's like I look around and there's like props just within arm's reach at any given point.
You just have to have them in the background, facing off against Annabella with her having her knife out.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I was thinking about
that or send them to me.
If it's a Groot figure with a matching tape measure, I'm dead.
That can be arranged. You get one of those little 3-foot tape measures that's on the keychain.
Mm-hmm. So I was in the thrift today. I was looking at toys, and I'd already had a couple bags. Well, the lady comes walking around. She puts like a shark type, same style. But his fins were missing. So, I didn't really think about it. So she comes back around the corner and she's holding this guy, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, ooh, can I see him? She's like, yeah, sure. And so like I was like, all right, you're just coming home with me. And she kind of laughed. She's like, he didn't even make it to the shelf.
Well, if you ever decide to get rid of it, I want first choice.
Well, so again, I brought him home. I cleaned him up, but I left him on the counter because I had to start dinner. As soon as Mitzi comes home, she sees him and she's like, she's like, before I fall in love with it, are you going to resell it? I'm like, well, I haven't decided. She goes, if I name it, we can't resell it. So I need to know this. This is an important question. I'm like, no, I really bought him as a prop for the show. So I guess now we've got a dinosaur. So
No, that's a dragon.
a dragon.
That's not a dinosaur. That's a dragon.
I'm sorry, but
I'm
still waking up.
Krakatoa is going to go nuts. If she sees it, she's going to go nuts.
So, I mean, I've got a couple voices. I mean, of course, he can be the voice, the I will get you, that type of sinister voice.
It should be more of a rumbling, deep voice.
Hey, guys. Hey.
No, not Bozo the Clown.
So, yeah. That's what happened today, and he's kind of squishy too. He's almost got like that like dog toy squish to him.
Yeah.
Does he make sounds? I don't know. I didn't really, Again, he didn't make it to the shelf, so.
Yeah, you just better hope she never sees what I have hanging up here.
Barney the dragon.
That little, with the Batman pouch on.
Oh, more like a Sean Connery voice. Let's see. I don't know how the rest of it goes, but it ends with your mother, Trebek. Oh yeah.
I got a pink one too, but the pink one's still waiting to be cleaned. Oh, that's right. I put the Batman pouch on this one.
Oh yeah, nice. Yeah, Pearlini stopping in. Hey Pearl, how are you?
Yeah, how you doing, Pearlini? Glad to see you. Barney the dragon.
I wasn't going for but I mean, I definitely can understand why, because I love you, you love me. No, but I was kind of thinking of that kind of like the derpy voice. I don't know. He's highlighted in an upcoming Patrick Murphy Out and About that'll be dropping in 2 weeks. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we had an accidental sourcing day today. That was not into. I did have a Facebook Marketplace meetup already, so and then it went from there to hey, there's a St. Vincent de Paul here. Like, okay, let's check that out. I haven't been there for a while.
When I get a toothache, I rinse my mouth out with mouthwash about once every 3 hours, and it helps.
I heard salt water with a toothache.
Yeah, that helps too.
Yeah. Give it your best. All right. Yeah.
That voice actually worked.
All right. Well.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we don't want any
kind of like a druggy dragon,
All right, guys. All right, yeah.
That or Macho Man came back as a dragon.
Oh yeah. Got my weekend passed. Decided to be a dragon this week. Yeah. We'll work on him.
It'll come to you in the middle of the night when you're trying to sleep. Okay, in the middle of the morning when you try to sleep. I forgot you don't go to bed before about 4 o'clock.
Yeah, I have a feeling I'll be up tonight since I slept a little longer than I wanted to. I slept right.
70s midnight animated movie druggy voice. Yeah, there you go.
Oh my goodness.
Well, that's fun. I made my video for tomorrow. It doesn't have any comic books in it.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, well, it's Freeform Friday. I can do whatever I want. And then I think at the end of my video that I dropped today, because it was a long one, I say, if you use it to go to sleep with, that's okay. I don't mind.
Yeah, I haven't had an opportunity to check that out because I got up, I did a few things. I caught Don and Mary's show because again, I plan my day around every Tuesday and Thursday, and now starting Mondays, I plan my day around the Two Hip Chicks. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, make sure you go over to Don and Mary's channel, click subscribe, hit the notification bell, go into one of their videos, and let them know that Collecting Chaos and Patrick Murphy sent you. See how just easy that just.
And my show is on just before theirs, so
Yeah.
On a different channel, of course, but still.
But so after their show, I kind of got out and did the sourcing thing by accident.
Well, we appreciate it, Card Shop. He says on his phone, just visiting the thumbs up to support.
Awesome. Thanks for stopping in, Card Shop. Let's see, Dawn, did you see the new trailer for the Book of Boba Fett? Looks like a fun show. I have not seen that.
I watched a trailer. I don't remember what it was. Well, I watched the Eternals trailer, and I've decided that I'm not going to go see it in the movie, in the theater.
I'm more interested in seeing that than I think pretty much anything else that's come out post Infinity War. Or Endgame.
I might go to the movies on the 19th.
Okay.
I've never seen a Ghostbuster movie in the theater.
Really? Yeah, you were not stateside when the first one dropped.
No.
I can say that I've seen Ghostbusters at a drive-in, not just a theater, a drive-in.
Well, I mean, if I go to a movie, it's going to be at the drive-in because we have a drive-in. We don't have. I can't get cable. Okay, they got a pipe in the sunshine, but I've got DSL. But I've got high-speed internet, and we've got a drive-in, so we're good.
You're set. And a post office that's open 3 hours a day.
Yeah.
See, I do pay attention.
Well, actually, I was wrong. It's open 2 hours a day.
Oh, 2 hours.
8 to 10. Yeah.
Ah.
But we're hoping with the increased amount of packages that they're getting every week, they'll expand it to 3 hours, at least once a week.
Jennifer Beals. Why should I know that name? See,
because she's a little bit hot.
Well, that doesn't mean anything. Oh yeah. Oh hey.
All right, now I rest my case.
She's more than just a little bit hot. Wait a minute, isn't she the chick from Flashdance?
I don't remember. It might be. I don't know. I'd have to Google.
Well, that's how I figured it out.
Oh, okay. Well, then it should have her filmography there. Filmography or videography?
She is. That is her.
Oh, okay.
So that's more than just a little bit.
Like I said, I rest my case.
Wow.
The Art Chemist.
I mean, how do I want to say
this? New to the channel, welcome. We appreciate everybody stopping in and enjoying what we do, whatever that is. Yeah, when I was on Johnny's this morning, he was raving about my rack there. Everybody loves my rack.
Well, yes, Chaos, you do have a nice rack. Let's see, tomorrow night on Horizon Picks Friday, I'm going to ask if Raggedy Annabella voted this week. Be ready for the fun reply, Patrick. I will.
Yeah, I got a voter registration card in the mail today. Well, it came with my my driver's license renewal, which doesn't expire until April. I don't understand why they sent it out so early. I mean, they don't give me a discount for for renewing it early. So why would they send it out early?
Don, yes, Chaos has the best rack on YouTube. So I hear that they're going to do some live footage on their trip. So I'm looking forward to that.
Sounds interesting. And I've got to go to the store sometime in the next week, so I'm going to take my phone with me. So
there you go.
We might actually see me away from a computer.
Diecast was fun last night. Yeah, he definitely was.
Yeah. I want a spinner rack. I want one of the old style spinner racks. They're expensive.
Really?
You can get reproductions of them, but they're still really expensive. Yeah.
Not if you find a guy getting rid of his store.
Yeah, no, they're still expensive.
Really?
I just think it'd be cool to have a spinner rack with nothing but comics from one single month from like 1964 on it. Just because I was like 10 years old and in prime comic book buying. Spinner racks, they rock. I love spinner racks because those are part of comic book history.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I got my first Batman comic off of a spinner. Got my first Transformer comic off a spinner. Maybe my first Joe comic. You know, people ask me what because I know you know the answer to yours. But I have been asked the question, what is okay, I've got to stop looking at her. I've just got to say this and just be done with it. She looks hotter now than she did in Flashdance. There, I said it.
Yeah, she does. I'm not gonna argue with you. You can't argue with the truth.
I mean, you know, there's some women when they age, it's like, I mean, wow. I mean, us guys, we just get old and wrinkly, and that's it. It's like, but anyway, Gates McFadden. Have you seen her lately with her silver hair?
Yeah.
Oh my Lord.
Yeah, I get that Twitter feed all the time.
Oh yeah, that's right. All right, we better stop this conversation.
I see her and what's her name? I see all of them. It's like 6-7 different women that showed up on there, and I see every one of them. And then, of course, you've got William Shatner. He's on it. And who else? I can't remember all of the names. I don't care that much. I don't even know how I ended up on the Twitter feed. Because I didn't know I was signed up for Twitter. How am I getting this Twitter feed? You know, but I like reading it, so I just keep going with it. So
the Jackson Roykirk here, my precious Fantastic Four 151 came off a convenience store spinner. 155. Oh, I'm sorry. Came off a convenience store spinner rack in December 1974. That is awesome.
Well, almost every Conan #1 that I bought back in 1969, 1970, one of those 2 years, came off a spinner rack.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see that above there.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing about. See, my mother told me something when I was young, and she said, "Our family doesn't get older; they get better." And my mother never lied to me, so I like to think I've gotten better.
Well, as a gamer, you can appreciate this. I told my son a long time ago when, he got to that age when we were talking to him, about things that, dads and sons talk about.
Important stuff like games.
Well, a little bit older than that.
Well, the games people play.
Ooh, da 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 da.
Now you know what kind of games I'm talking about.
I love some Joe South.
Hey, look who's in the chat.
Hey, Rising Picks.
The AWOL kid.
So I told my son when he was starting to get interested in girls and stuff of that nature, I always told him, I was like, son, spend time with people who wants to spend time with you, that generally want to spend time with you, not use you. B, if you ever get the opportunity with an older woman, look at it as experience points, son. And as a gamer, he totally understood it. Like, just imagine. The best way I can describe that is like you're getting powered leveled by level 50 or whatever the max level.
Oh, they covered that in the Big Bang Theory also.
What's that?
The older woman angle.
Oh, okay. You see, I didn't really watch past a certain season, so I
I mean, I kind of fell in love with it within the first 3 minutes of the pilot.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I watched up until,
because Penny introduced us. She says, "What do you do for fun?" He said, "Well, we tried. I think something like jacking off for money, but that didn't work out."
I know which. I used to use something that as a sound clip for one of my shows, so I know exactly which line you're talking about there.
That was the first episode.
But yeah, that was definitely raw back then, because that definitely that switched after a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I told my son, and here's the thing, like, not disrespecting or anything. It's like, but you don't. Okay, you know what? I'm going to stop this conversation. Not going to have the birds and bees talk here on a YouTube.
No, we don't need to do that. Most of us are old enough to already know about that stuff.
Yes.
And for those that don't, spoilers.
Let's see. But yeah, I got some comics today. And
it's always fun.
Interesting thing. I think I talked about this about on, I think it was my show, about the guy who runs a comic shop, and he was telling me about a guy who was wanting to sell him the collection, and the collection wound up being one of the collections from when I was a kid. So the gentleman I met today, in his Facebook profile pic, he sort of looked familiar, but couldn't quite. He looked different in real life. Okay, not terrible, but once he got out of his car, I'm like, hey, didn't you used to work at a comic shop? He's like, yeah, I'm da 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 da. My shop used to be right over there. I'm like, oh, okay, I know exactly who you are, kind sir. And I mean, it'd been since the 90s since I've been into a shop, and we got talking and everything. So it's not like I had like a, I mean, I knew him. I mean, probably back in the day, he might have recognized me, but, what have you. So, we got talking and everything. And yeah, so I found another collection of a defunct, I don't want to say defunct, he just retired.
Yeah.
He retired, and he's liquidating his collection. Like, okay. Well, here's what, because he did. He's like, he's like, well, what are you into? What do you like? I'm like, do you still have the 16-inch or 12-inch Lady Death figure that used to sit at the back right-hand side of your shop on the upper part of your wall? And he laughed because I knew exactly where it was.
Well, does he?
He says he doesn't know. He's going to check. He does have a Christmas ornament still. and he's going to look for his Lady Death run.
Very cool. You might end up with all of them real quick.
Yeah.
Well, all of them before he closed.
Right.
Which are the good ones.
So yeah, no, that was a good connection I made today, because I mean he stayed and we talked for quite some time. And it was a little bit of, he was just more interested in selling, but I mean, he's an older gentleman now, and I do feel like I stayed in the parking lot a little bit longer than I should have. However, it's just like, you know what? I'm just gonna let you keep talking, because I don't want to be one of those rude, inconsiderate kids who doesn't listen.
Welcome to the show, Diecast. We appreciate you stopping in. Matter of fact, one of those days.
Has been called kind sir by Patrick before. Happy? No, it's not sarcasm.
It's his sign of respect.
Exactly.
Depending on how he says it.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's got ways of saying it that are dripping with insult.
So now the rack, it doesn't look like it's been changed behind you, or has it?
No, it has not yet been changed.
Okay.
I change it tomorrow morning. I'll change it.
Gotcha.
Like I said, I've already pulled out 2 stacks of 42, and there'll be more.
Jackassery is the opposite of kind sir. Man, I tell you what. Here's the problem.
Diametrically opposed.
Here is the problem with going where I mean, it was a great day. But look, I'm pretty respectful when it comes to school buses, as well as one should be, right?
Oh, yeah.
I saw 5 school buses run red lights for no other reason than they're just school buses. And it wasn't like
there was no police officer there to.
That's what I was getting ready to say. There was no one out there directing. They come out of like where they were all parked, and they just all kept going. And it's like, that's a red light. I understand you're a school bus without children, but I'm still pretty sure you guys are supposed to stop.
Yeah.
Unless, of course, like you said, there's a policeman, somebody's out there directing,
Yeah, there's supposed to be someone directing traffic. If there's
there was nobody.
Here anyway.
Yeah.
Of course, here they're liable to have a special switch to flip to turn the light green for them and leave it green until they all get out. So you never know what's going to happen.
So, yeah, that's the area that I was in today.
Mm-hmm. I don't like school buses. I end up behind them, and then you can never pass them.
Right.
And they it's a 75 mile an hour area, and they're going 30.
What was it? Oh my God. So last time I went to San Antonio, I just passed the Texarkana border, the Texas border. And the first sign I seen was obey all traffic signs. Like, okay. The next, speed limit, 80. Like, all right. Engage.
Diecat, your wife's fan base is bigger than yours is, okay? Let's just say it like it is.
Oh yeah, no. In fact,
she has more fans than you. I'm sorry to break that news to you, but it's the truth.
I was actually talking to Mitzi about Mrs. Diecast earlier today. So vehicles I don't like to be behind: log trucks and school buses. Yeah, I was behind a log truck the other day.
Uncovered gravel trucks. I have lost more windshields to uncovered gravel trucks.
That makes sense. Yeah. And
So I decided to eat some pizza rolls, but all I had was pepperoni and sausage, which isn't bad, but it just didn't taste right. It just they weren't as good as they normally are.
mm-hmm.
So I got out my sour cream. Oh man,
Nice.
It was great.
I just picked up some pizza rolls today too. Triple peps. Yeah, gravel trucks. You know, and here's another thing I hate too, and I'm gonna be the odd man out. I hate being in the vicinity of a motorcycle. And the reason why is, yes, I definitely can respect somebody on a motorcycle. They have the right of way. They are a vehicular object.
I generally give them more space between me and them than the law allows.
Oh, absolutely. I don't want to be around them because here's the thing.
Because if there is a 3-second rule for following, yeah, I'll give them like 10. Because if they have to make an emergency stop, I want to make sure I can stop in plenty of time.
Well, it's that, and it's also they can go so quickly into your blind spot and you don't even realize it.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I've honestly almost hit somebody because we pulled out, we turned left, and I turned in. It was going from a like a 2-way to a 4, and I got into the far left as you're supposed to, and then went to merge right, and he was going to zip around me.
Yeah.
And I didn't see him. You know, because I looked back and like, okay, and just gone. And it's like, so yeah, any a-hole on a bike that's using my lane when there's a bike lane on the side of the road. Yeah, I've seen a couple of those.
Well, there are times when a bike is not supposed to be on the bike lane. If it is a motorized bike, I'm not talking about a motorcycle, I'm talking about a motorized bike, it is not supposed to be on most bike lanes. It's supposed to be on the road because it's a motor vehicle.
Right, like a moped or something of that nature. Yeah. But there's definitely been a couple times where it's like people on 10 speeds, instead of being in the bike lane, they're on the highway. And it's like, dude.
I've seen people on 10 speeds that go faster than the traffic. Some of those guys can haul ass. What's that?
That's kind of hard to believe in Texas.
Well, oh, yeah. But every now and then we get some guy that's like 90 years old and he's driving to this store to pick up his 6-pack and he's going like 40 miles an hour and it's a 75-mile-an-hour zone. But as soon as you get behind him, the speed limit changes to 40. The speed limit is the posted speed limit or as fast as the slowest vehicle. That's the legal speed limit. And that's in most states if you actually read it. If you actually go in and read the laws governing speed, it's as fast as the slowest vehicle or posted speed, whichever is less.
Well, I mean, in fact, here in Cincinnati, we have speed and then minimum speed.
Yeah.
Speed limit. The speed limit, if you're in a car, is a suggestion. Let's be real. Yeah, I mean,
don't tell the state troopers that because they're not going to believe you.
Yeah. Oh, here's a fun fact I got to learn. Um, so if you've been driving down the interstate and you see like these white blocks in the emergency lane,
Mhm.
you go so many feet and you see these, right, or so many miles or whatever. What that is, it's for the helicopters above
Yep.
that are monitoring, and they can monitor your speed, and then they radio down to, you know. So yeah, if you start seeing those, you might want to slow down.
Was that Mad Magazine thing they did? The speed check by radar, ticket check by bribe.
Hmm.
I've been pretty good about doing the speed limit since I got my new vehicle. It actually has a cruise control that works.
You know, there's a lot of times I just let the Camry figure it out. I
Yeah.
mean, it was funny because somebody from California was out visiting me, and we went to get ribs because it was a $1.25 rib night at the local city barbecue, and she looks at me and she's like, because this was the radio, we were both DJs, and she says, "D, what is it with Cincinnati and people not obeying speed limits?" And I'm like, "What do you mean? Like, you do realize you're going like 80 in a 55?" I'm like, that's cruising speed. Yeah. And the thing of it is, people were passing me, so
Well,
it's not like,
in California, it's like 55. That's it. That's the top end speed. You
yeah,
go faster than that, and everybody in the world comes down on you.
yeah, no, and because I'm a middle of the lane driver. I'm not oh my god, whoever invented exits on the left. Oh my god. Mm. That sounds like a an episode of Out and About with Patrick Murphy.
Yeah. No,
I just I just felt her eyes roll. I think she heard that.
exits on the left are just fine if you're living in England. They have no business in the United States
No, none. And, and, and
because we do things the right way, not the left way.
oh my god. So you've got to get into the fast lane to get off of your exit, and there's always that one person who, again, I go 80 and a 55 in the middle lane, and like I said, there's still people past me. That gives you an idea of our traffic around
Oh
here,
yeah.
right? Um, but anyway, so we're not going to go down that. If you want to know what I'm talking about, make sure you go over to my channel. Somewhere in there, there's about with that talk. In some areas, if you only go the speed limit, rear ending is a bigger pot. Yep. Mm. And what don't people get about the zipper effect?
It's somebody might get in front of you.
I know. God. Anyway, I think has that video? No, that video is going to come out next week.
I let people get in front of me. I'd rather see the idiot in front of me than have the idiot behind me. Although generally there's one in front of me and one behind me. So
Yeah. Well, if they would just use the zipper effect, traffic would keep flowing instead of like, oh, this person, whatever. Okay, stop.
they're speeding up, speeding up, speeding up, speeding up. They're getting ready to go to the highway, and then they brake because they're waiting for a chance to get in. I've seen that happen.
Let's not talk about speed limits. Have a ticket I'm working on right now. Alternate.
Alternate emerge issues.
Ah. I don't know, man. And like people who tailgate, it's like, look, the the rear end of the Camry's already got paint peeling off her bumper. Okay. I honestly, like, if you're a tailgater, I just let off the gas. I just let the Camry take over. You can figure it out. I'm in an '06 Camry with 250,000 plus miles. That's long since paid for. Do you really think I care? I don't. And believe you me, when you hit me, I'm going to go out one of the windows because I'm going to maximize that insurance return.
You're going to buy a new Camry. Yeah, it doesn't make any difference to me. I drive. I try to stay safe and get where I'm going in one piece. And that's, if everybody else wants to act like an idiot, fine, I'll let them.
Oh my Lord. So again, this is the video that's coming up. God, man, I'm behind on videos. If it rains in Cincinnati, it's gridlock. Rain, snow, just nope, they're done. It was 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I literally listened to a 3+ minute traffic report because it was raining.
Yeah.
And I was in one of the areas that they were, because again, it was all red on the Google map. I drove by a car. It was in the emergency lane, but it was facing me. How? Why?
If they only had a brain.
And I'm just like, oh my God.
Yeah, that's what I miss about the old cars. They're like a tank. You hit them and you stop. You don't hurt them.
Yeah. Driving back roads home, I had cruise set, was tired. Didn't know I had sped up almost 20 on a farm road. Yeah.
Oh, we got farm road out here that I could go 70, 80, 90. I've hit 100 on it before. Speed limit's 60. But I know the road. I know
And
it
it's
really
Texas.
well. I know it really well. And I know where to slow down and where to speed up.
Remember when car actually had bumpers? Yes.
Yeah, I do. Yeah. I'm that old.
Wow. Here 20 over is criminal. Luckily it didn't go to jail.
It is in most states. 20 miles an hour over the speed limit is reckless driving in most states.
Reckless out, boy.
Reckless driving.
You know why I pulled you over? What was that old Drew Carey joke? He would get out and run stop signs and red lights when it was raining. Officer would walk up to the car, water pouring off his hat, and everything. Like, you know why I pulled you over? You know why I ran that red light?
Yeah, it's
That was back when Drew Carey did stand up.
the last time I remember asking you if they knew why I pulled them over. I looked them in the eyes and I said, "No, sir, I don't." Well, you were doing a little over the speed limit. Oh, I better have my odometer checked, huh? Well, I'm gonna let you off with a warning. Just slow it down. Yeah, I knew exactly how fast I was going, and I was doing over the speed limit. Wasn't going to tell him that. And what sold it was I was doing a steady speed over the speed limit. I think the speed limit was like 70, and I was doing 75.
We have this one stretch of road that goes from interstate to just a regular road. And there's one up in Chicago. In fact, I think that's what the top side of I-94 turns into. And then it's like there's a light that just pops out, and it's like, oh yeah. I mean, I'm used to it now, but I remember when I first got over in this area, I'm like, oh, hello. I was going 80, and now I got to come to a complete stop. Nice.
Yeah. With no warning.
What are you doing, buddy? What are you doing? You being a cat? I swear one day he's just going to be in like kitty therapy, like just rocking back and forth. They kept, I don't know, am I a cat doc? They keep asking me that.
Yeah. It got me out of a ticket. I got a warning.
Come on. Come on, you can come up. Meow. Or just rub your face against that flat size legal.
Yeah. You can do that too.
Oh, now here he comes. Come on. Come on. You know you want to. There we go.
Yeah, sometimes cats do that. It's rare when Delco jumps up in my lap. Now, if I sit on the bed, he'll jump up next to me. But the only other time is if I'm sitting in my recliner. And it usually has a bunch of junk on it, so I don't usually sit on it.
So much like Mitzi when she's downstairs cutting out patterns and he lays on the patterns. The other day I was cutting cardboard for comics so I could wrap them, and just comes in, just lays right where I'm cutting. Like,
oh yeah,
thanks, Rainbow.
You are going to pay attention to me whether you like it or not.
We'll go out later, buddy. I know that's what you want. You're not going to like it out there. It's cold. He goes out. Care. Yeah, he goes out and then he wants to immediately come back in. Get in your chair, buddy.
Yeah, I had a cat that was like that for a while. It was a black cat. Did you know black cats are the most common color of a cat?
I've heard that somewhere.
The house cat, they're the most common color. But it had snowed a little bit, and he wanted to go out, so I opened the door. He went out. He looked around, stuck his nose down, turned around, came right back in. It's like, screw this. It's wet out there. And believe it or not, it was in San Jose, California when that happened.
What do you... No, quit looking at the dragon. Don't need you toppling over the dragon.
Yeah. I always worry about shipping stuff international, though. Just, I don't know, something. It seems like that it'd be easier for people to scam you internationally than it is in the U.S.
Again, just, I will tell you, I will sell broken phone parts to the Russians all day. I know where it's going. I know what they're going to do with it. Well, not really. I don't know what they're going to do with it, but I have a good idea what they're going to do with it. And the thing of it is, it's like, the only way that I feel like that come back to bite me is like, say they, for some reason, say that they got a sock instead of broken phone parts. But it's like everything in my description is like listed. It's like broken, as is, no returns, no warranty, no refund, yada yada. Assume iCloud lock, assume Google lock, assume carrier lock, parts only.
Yeah. And you probably still get people that say, the phone doesn't work.
No, I do get people asking me for the IMEI numbers. And I say, for security reasons, I do not release that because this is meant for parts only. Because I know what they want to do. I understand what they want to do. And it's like, again, that's a liability that I'm not going to open myself up to. You know, because if I give them an IMEI number, they now have the capability of saying, well, he gave me the IMEI. My thought was is I could fix it, but now I can't fix it.
Yep.
So when I reply within the eBay platform, parts only, again, my butt is covered.
Now, there's certain things you're not allowed to ship to some countries based on how old they are or
I
how old they aren't.
Right, I have heard that. Again, that's why I go through the global shipping program, because if I ship something that I didn't know that I wasn't supposed to, that's why they open the boxes, that's why they check it, that's on them now. Cell phone stubborn buyer. Oh my gosh, no, dude, seriously, like I have listed something, and like in the description I have put no IMEI will be given. I'll list it within 5 minutes. I'll get IMEI question mark. So I've literally, in fact, this is funny because me and the girls were talking about this earlier today. Um, I just screenshot. I just go into my listing, I screenshot, and I just reply with a screenshot. I don't even bother type. I mean, yeah, I could have probably typed that faster, but it's just one of those like,
Not as much
okay,
fun as
yeah,
screenshotting it.
yeah,
Yeah. Use your eyes, read what the description says.
yep. I always use the GSP for the bay.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, y'all, salty tone and full belly caused me to doze off. Patrick, want to share that coffee? I mean, you can have some. I can make another pot.
Yeah, the thing that got me though was they were going to charge me for first class shipping, which was more than what they were going to charge what they charged the customer.
Pretty much avoid phones because of these things. Oh, but again, I've done cellular for 20 plus years. So for me, it's very comfortable to do. And oh man, Sprint, God, or actually, yeah, what was the Sprint or Nextel at the time? They had their SIM cards locked down. That was always fun.
Yeah. Well, it's like when I do a comic description, I'll say what the pages look like. I'll tell them to look at the scans carefully, determine, and then I'll put I consider the condition to be
Mm-hmm.
not this is the condition, but I consider it to be. And they can argue with me all day long, but it's still what I consider. You know, they can say, well, he said it's very fine, and I think it's only fine. I'm sorry. I consider it very fine. And I know nobody's going to argue the other direction. So I don't think anybody would say, well, he said it was fine and it was near mint and it's not what I ordered. I don't think anybody will do that. But then again, we are talking eBay and you never know.
You never know. You never know.
I sent it in and got it 9.2 and he said it was an 8.5 and I'm upset. What?
Yeah, Card Shop Reality. He did purchase a dongle from Patrick Murphy. That's right. And Patrick Murphy's dongle worked for Card Shop Reality. So that was good last week. I'm sorry. I loved that he was on panel, and it's like I was doing the dongle round, and I'm like, and now we got a live testimonial.
Hey, if he wasn't on his phone, he could be in here right now.
That was fun. That was good. So thanks for the assist there.
We enjoyed Card Shop being on the panel last week. He was a lot of fun. Yeah.
Oh, and I mean, I don't want to go too far down the rabbit hole, but I mean, they always want the serial number or the IMEI, and I don't give it out. Just bottom line, it's like I will put in there, 4 parts only. Patrick Murphy had to shake the dongle a bit to get it to work, but that happens from time to time. Yep. And in
Now,
fact,
what I would do is I would make sure I knew what the serial number is for what you sent them, so that if they turn around and say, "Well, this is not what I ordered," you can turn around and say, "Send it back." If they send you back a different serial number, you've got them.
how do I want to say this nicely?
But you would
Now,
have to put it in your notes that aren't seen by the public.
when I was selling live devices,
Yeah.
I did do that. In fact, when I moved to this house, I actually ran across that folder of the old serial numbers because I've had that happen to me.
Mm-hmm.
But with the stuff that I'm selling now, this is all broken stuff it was free.
I think the other thing I might start doing is if the order is over $100 and I know the person, I'm going to make them sign for it.
Yeah.
It'll cost me a few pennies, but it'll probably be worth it in the long run.
Yeah, but then you run into the issue of things not getting delivered because somebody's not home.
Oh well, it's not my problem.
Yeah, we can talk post show. I mean,
Well, see, they also have the option of saying to drop it off, and it doesn't need to be signed for. In which case, that's as good as them having signed for it. Either way, you're covered.
on fee-based, buyers don't like the word no and also can stand being rejected, not selling to them because they are annoying. Hey, I was going back and forth with an offer, and the last note the guy put, he's like, "Come on, let's do this." Okay, in listing, relist. I do signatures required over 500. Yeah, I mean,
Oh yeah,
yeah,
definitely.
yeah, I guess I could see
It's
that.
just like if somebody bought that Spider-Man I have for $350, I would definitely make them sign for it.
And if you go in, just like I was looking at your feedback just the other day, I seen the comment of the I would trust this guy with my kids while I ran to the store comment.
Yeah, that was awesome.
I've had a few feedbacks like that as well. It's like the buyer took time to explain things to me, yada yada. Because it's like I'll work with you. I'm more than happy to answer your questions. I'm not going to do. I'm not your tech support,
What
but I
gets
want.
me is, I mean, I haven't sold a lot on eBay. I've got like 30 or 32 sales and only 9 feedback as a seller. That, to me, there's something drastically wrong with that.
Yeah, getting the feedback is hard sometimes. Oh, I still have Jennifer Beals up on my other screen. Dang, Don, it's all your fault. What was I
I
going to
didn't
do?
mention the name. They did it in chat.
I was going to look up something now, and I totally forgot. What were we talking about? Oh, we're talking. Okay, feedback. Wow.
I mean, it got a decent feedback score, but that's mostly as a buyer.
Oh my God, I sold a case. Yeah. So here's one. Great service. Let's see. Worked great, and seller was very helpful in letting me know the exact condition of item. So yeah, I mean, it's like I will definitely, and then of course the one guy that bought my little huffer part in the UK, that was probably one of my.
Told the guy buy a new one and blocked the guy that wanted to give me less than shipping costs alone for a Corvette lanyard. He said it wasn't worth anything because it was tainted. No, the buyer wasn't worth anything. He was tainted.
Yeah, man. I mean, and here's the thing, like, in fact, I was just talking about this with Mitzi earlier tonight. I put something on there. I don't have to sell it to you. You don't have to buy it. I don't have to respond. Bottom line.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. Been trying to upload a video for tomorrow. It took forever.
Yeah,
Thanks for
that
stepping in.
happens.
Yep.
But you're here now, Dollar Doctor, and we appreciate you. We appreciate everybody that shows up every time.
If you email me rapid fire like 6 or more questions in 5 minutes, I may block you. Almost always a weird buyer and result in pro. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind help. It's like there are, okay, so here's an example of the one that let me go back to this one here. Scroll back up. Now that was a transformer. Okay, so I sold an LG G3. I sold it for parts. It did power on. The screen was cracked. LG G3 for parts, cracked screen, dings and corner screws, missing at bottom, powers on. 4 parts only, assume carrier lock, etc. As is, no refunds, returns, partials, credit, etc. So the guy reached out to me, and there was a proprietary LG app he needed in order to retrieve some data. And he asked me if it had it, and I went in with him and I said, no, it doesn't look like it. And but it opened up a dialogue, and we exchanged a few conversations and everything. And he said, and again, this was all done within the eBay app, so there was record of this in case something did go south. He said, this was my old phone. I think what I'm trying to do will work with yours. And he purchased it. And it worked for him, which is great. But again, we had a dialogue, we had a conversation, and, it worked out great for both of us. I got rid of, in fact, I think
a piece of crap.
Well, I bought it because I was using it to test screens to resell. And now that I'm out of that stock, I went ahead and put it back together. I guess I lost some screws, but again, I put it at the bottom screws missing, and I resold it. But I tell you what, and Jen, I've listened to some of the girls and their clothing reselling and some of the crap they go through. I mean, they almost get hit daily, if not hourly, with stupid questions of, does it run small? How does this fit? Yeah, and I'm like, I mean, I've had a few of those on eBay, don't get me wrong, but nowhere near to the extent that it seems like the clothing resellers have.
Oh, I had a guy with the one of the game rule books I sold. I mean, it was new old stock. I listed it as new old stock because that's what it was. Mm-hmm. Does it have any marks on it? Is this scratched? Is it this? Look at the picture. I have a nice scan of it. Take a good look at it. It's a big scan. You can see it. I said, the one that is in the picture is the one you're going to get. And he bought it. We went back and forth a little bit on the price, but he did pay for it. And then when he got it, glowing review. He was very happy.
Awesome.
But just read the damn description.
Yeah, dollar Jen there. My favorite. Will this fit me? I don't know.
If it's your size, it might.
It might. It might not.
That's why I don't want to get into clothes. Because I just don't want to go down that rabbit hole at all. I don't want to have that will it fit me question.
I have a big head. Is my favorite.
It'd be like, you're selling a comic book. Will I like it? I have no idea what you liked. How do I know?
Yeah.
I liked it. That doesn't mean you're going to like it.
I was thinking about this earlier today. You know how the old phrase goes, don't judge a book by its cover?
Yeah.
We are kind of guilty of selling cover art.
Well, no, the current comic book market is you judge it by its cover.
Yeah.
Which is stupid. But then again, I bought some books that based on the cover art alone that ended up being incredible. And I'm not talking about comic books. I'm talking about regular novels. You put that in the wrong place. You're supposed to put that in my area. You just put that in my location, okay?
That was good. Come on, guys.
That's your balance art. That's balance art. How can I not love it? But I've
Oh,
also read this most of the story, and it is that good.
uh,
I haven't read it in the floppy version. I've read it. I read a trade of it, but still, it's a good story. Exceptional artwork.
oh man. But yeah, no, and like today I was standing in the Goodwill, and I see some Harley Davidson shirts, and it's like, yeah, I know they sell. No, I don't want to do this.
Oh, we had a guy where I worked for Walmart. We had a guy ask me if I could help him. I said sure. He said I want to buy this, and he's got the display of a of like a drill, and I went, you can't buy that one. It's a display. Well, I want this one. You don't have any down there, so I want this one. I went, that's the display. You can't buy it. It's just the display. Well, I don't care. It's here. I want to pay for it. I want to buy it. I said, you can't buy it. It doesn't work. He went, why not? I went, because it's just a display. He said, what do you mean it's just a display? I said, take a look at it. The cord is cut on it. I said, if you really look down inside of those little holes, you'll see that it doesn't have a motor in it. It's just a display. Well, it's as heavy as a regular one. I said, I know. They put weights in it so it feels the same
Yeah,
weight.
it's a dummy device. We used to have them at Sprint. Yeah, I get it. Hey, and you got a great deal, Jenna. I'm not, but I mean, and I know Harley Davidson stuff sells, but it's like it's one of those things where it's like I've got shirts I want to get rid of now, and I want to concentrate on things that I'm a beautician, not a magician. I'm going to bring this topic up Friday, Horizon.
That's even worse. Just the touchscreen. It's not complete. Well, duh.
Made a lot
Read
of
the
mistakes
description.
buying DVDs after I've read about it. Yeah.
I did get excited one time and bought a comic book. I mean, incredibly inexpensive book for what it was. And I looked at it and wow, I'm not passing that up. Buy it now. Then I got it. It's got like 4 pages missing. And what the hell? Went back and looked, read the description, and sure enough, it said that there was 4 pages missing. So yeah, I messed up myself.
Yeah,
I don't do dad jokes. I do granddad jokes.
I have done that where it's like I've got something off of eBay, so I guess I'm guilty of this, where I got it and didn't seem like it was what I thought it was, but I went back before I emailed, before I sent a message. I actually read the description in its entirety, and 9 times out of 10, it was something I missed.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I'm getting ready to put some stuff that I'm going to put some really serious descriptions on. And other stuff. I mean, if you list something cheap enough, you shouldn't have to put much of a description. Just look at the pictures, make up your own mind. I don't know anything about this stuff. Go for it, and then list it for like a tenth at an auction at about a tenth of what they're selling for, and see what happens. Yeah, I've got some plush I'm going to put on dirt cheap. Just why not? Just see if I can sell it.
I did get scammed on a screen last year about this time. Sent a screen out. Guy gets it, says, it doesn't work, yada yada. I'm like, all right, I was like, but I want my screen back. I don't really need it back, but you know, that's kind of my first like, okay, let's play this game right. I get my screen back. The cable's ripped off of it. I'm like, okay. I pull up the protective film, and the sticker under it was not my sticker, and it's like, okay. The principal in me says yes, go ahead and follow this rabbit hole, but the time part of me, it's like, how much do I really want to spend on a $10 item that cost me nothing? You know, and it's like, yeah, I was out some shipping fees, but it's like, you know what? Screw it. But that person's not buying from me again.
I think I'm going to do what Rampage Reseller said there, uh, and just mark. Yeah, I'll accept returns, but the buyer has to pay for it.
Yeah.
Has to pay for the return.
Yeah.
And I'm going to start marking it that way. That way, I think if you say that you accept returns, people are more apt to trust and buy from you. But then when you turn around and tell them, you got to pay for, I'll accept it back, but you got to pay for it. That's no different than the wholesale companies that yeah, you can return the stock that you didn't sell, but you got to pay a restocking fee.
Yeah. Yeah. I see both sides of that.
I just don't want to pay more money. I don't want to spend more money on something, or possibly lose money on something that I would lose if I had to pay shipping for them to return it.
Oh, card shop. No, I totally 100% get that. There's a lot of times I'm out with Rainbow, and I'm trying to chat, and I cannot speed chat. Or if I do speed chat, like my typical why yes hello, YouTube blocks my message thinking that I'm a bot. Mm-hmm. Here's the one thing, like, I will work, especially when it comes to like when I was doing a bunch of screens. I mean, look, I get it, but I would test each screen before it went out to ensure it works. And I would work with the customer, because it's like, I know how to do this, but it gets to a point where it's like, you've sealed it down. You didn't test the screen prior, because I mean, it could be so many different things. There's so many variables that comes in with tech, as I'm sure you're aware of. It's not a one resolution fits all. You know what I mean? And here's the thing, like, if I generally screwed up, okay, I sent you something broken, or I I did a mispick. Okay. I'm not, that's on me. I will eat the shipping on that because I messed up.
There you go. Card shop, not returning the dongle.
Not returning the dongle. Speaking of card shop, and I appreciate the dongle references. Don't get me wrong, especially live. And if you want to know what I'm talking about, make sure you check out Horizon Picks auction last Friday night. We haven't heard anything about, dude, how's the player hat working for you, man? He was the one who got the player hat.
He's on his phone. He doesn't have time to talk about the player hat. He's wearing it.
That's why he's on his phone. He's out in the wild. He's being a player.
Yeah, that's it. He's playing. Maybe he'll discuss that the next time he's live with us. I did drop it so that he could get in if he wanted to, along with someone else. I sent the link to somebody else. They didn't. They haven't even noticed it yet. They haven't read it yet, so it's no big deal.
I wore it once so far. We'll discuss Friday. Okay. Did you have to go out and get a ticket counter when you wore it? Well, it's about that time.
Yes, it is. What are you going to be doing the rest of the week?
Tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Horizon Picks channel. We have our blowout Friday auction, then Late Night Live with Patrick Murphy Sunday and Wednesday. Sunday 10 p.m., 11 p.m. on Wednesday, and then back here 9:30 for Kollecting Kaos.
And on Saturday he rested, and on Monday and Tuesday too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds good. I'm dropping videos all the time now. Every time I turn around, I'm making another video and dropping it. But I'm not going to drop any videos on Saturday or Sunday. Taking those days off from well, actually, I kind of don't. But yeah. So there you go. If you count the one for tomorrow morning, I've dropped 5 videos this week. And of course, the live stream here, and then with Patrick Murphy, and then on Sunday with Patrick. So yeah, I guess that's it. I guess we're done.
All righty. Should I do it?
Do it.
All right. Remember, everybody, well, Horizon just put in the chat, tomorrow night's auction, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be there. Let them know that Kollecting Kaos and Patrick Murphy sent you over there. With that, be good.
Well, nope, we can't do it yet. Can't do it yet. I haven't shown my cover of the week.
Oh.
This, there's no question, this was the cover of the week as far as everybody else was concerned. And I love this cover. I truly do. This is an awesome cover, but it didn't make it. This is an awesome cover. And I'm not a huge Aliens fan. But damn, I love this cover so much that this is my pick for cover of the week. The one cover that nobody else picked is my cover. And I made up my mind when I was putting them out the first time.
Hey.
I mean, I might actually keep this comic. That's how much I like that cover.
That's awesome.
And it's a Walmart exclusive.
Wait a minute. Does that mean that you're getting rid of the Betty Page?
Oh, hell no.
I gotta say, the way that you phrase that, you understand why
I mean, I'm keeping this because, well, Vampirella, Betty Page, what's not to keep?
I just...
I found most of my Vampirellas, by the way. Okay, now you can go ahead.
Remember, everybody, be good not only to each other, but most importantly, be good to that person staring back at you every single day in the mirror.
And don't forget, before you handle your comics, your cards, toys, games, collectibles, whatever you are into, make sure you wash your hands, because it's good for your collection, and most of all, it's good for your health. So, with that said, let's find the kitty cat. Where is the kitty cat? He has to be around somewhere. Is this the kitty cat?
Not the mama, not the mama, not the mama, not the mama, not the mama.
No, that's not the kitty cat.